Okay, this video is to show the fractal nature and falsifiability of the fact that energy travels in a double helix and energy moves matter. Matter cannot move unless energy moves it. First off, it shoots out a finger which rolls over into a halo, and then the two energy fingers cross over and continue spiraling into space in a double helix. And that by showing that the sun will continuously pump out energy in a double helix shows that energy moves matter, and energy moves matter in a double helix at the boundary, causing a vortex inside. Now I'm going to show the science of the Fibonacci sequence. I have drawn the dimensions of the flare. I measured it on screen, but it doesn't matter. It's a fractal image, so it doesn't matter what size as long as I get correct measurements. The tip is 1 centimeter wide and the body is 2.5 centimeters wide. And so on screen you can see the Fibonacci sequence dimensions. I have my first spiral, which is 1 centimeter, and then I have a second spiral at 2.5 centimeters. Now, some people may say that my top Fibonacci sequence dimensions I have shortened. Well, yes, I have, because it's a circle, so it has to be round. The following edge that goes out to the right, to the true Fibonacci sequence, would be if it was increasing, but it is not. It is a solid body, so I had to bring it back into 4 squares, which is 2.5 centimeters, because it is now a circle, so it no longer goes outside those parameters. It stays within the 2.5 centimeter circle, which gives us our 2.5 and our 1 centimeter, which equals the Fibonacci energy spiral decrease or increase, which is the exact same size as the flare dimensions. You have 2.5 by 1 centimeter, and because it is 2 fingers, it is a double helix. So we go to the bottom picture and it says Fibonacci energy spiral decrease. So the energy fingers are coming from the main body into the center spiral tip, and they both have the same dimensions, showing that the Fibonacci sequence is actually energy either diminishing or increasing. Now this point here is this point here. The tips do not meet. I've drawn dotted lines there to show that they just fade off along EM field lines, but the energized matter is not visible. Now we have the second part. This is the funnel. You have the halo at the top, then you have your crossover funnel, which is a double helix. Now to show the full movie. Out comes the halo, out comes the 2 fingers which do not meet. They are spiraling. You can see the double helix, and it is pushed on out into space, twisting all the time. And if you go look at any kind of X flares, you will see this rotation. These are now different rotations from different flares, but they all follow the same pattern. There goes the halo. Out comes the double helix. As you can see, spiraling all the way. It kind of looks like a devil guy bent over with ribs, but it's continuously rolling and spiraling. It is a wave form. There goes the halo, followed by the double helix of energy which moves matter. And now to go through another flare which will just come up. Okay, so what we have there is a filament, as you can see on the paper at the top there. It is where 2 filaments meet, and what happens is more energy is added, the 2 arms spring out of the tornado and the arms fly upwards. There. So now we're at this point again where energy is 2 fingers and they are meeting, but you can't see it because the energy isn't enough to energize the matter. So where the matter is energized is where the energy is, which is in the boundary, which runs in a double helix, which looks like that. And that is how energy works on the sun. And when the energy retracts, it comes back down. And energy is fractal and follows atomic nuclear laws of atom orbitals, which are also the Lorentz force laws, because everything is either electrical or electromagnetic. And so this same principle can be used on atoms, electrons, anything, because energy moves in a double helix, and energy moves matter. Okay, and now just to prove that I can put this double helix into anything to show that energy moves matter and energy drives matter via the DNA code of organic material. We have Birkeland currents in space, animal horns. This is actually the electrical flow of electricity and electrical currents, which has two fingers. This is a Tesla coil, as you can see, double helix. These are pictures from the Large Hadron Collider, so basically I can explain every picture that they cannot, because energy moves in a double helix, and they have no idea that energy is moving the matter, because matter lights up. So every single spiral on here corresponds to the Fibonacci sequence, because it is increasing or decreasing energy. Now we have mythology. Spirals found all over the world, found in plants, helix physics, found in pathogens that come off a leaf when water hits it. As you can see, pine cones are double helix because energy runs in the boundary and energy moves matter. This is the Morna lab showing energy in a funnel, double helix jet in a quasar, double helix funnels under the electron microscope. More double helix energy from the Morna lab. Smoke. Energy from a radiation fire rises in a double helix on every single event. Falsifiable, repeatable, radioactive, or radiation energy, travels in a double helix, which is why it comes out of the sun in exactly the same way. These are compressed waves though. As you can see here, the importance of sunspots, flares and CMEs. It's a twist. They know it is, but they think matter moves on its own. It doesn't. Energy moves matter, and energy moves in a double helix. Every single thing in the world I can put this to. These are just a few examples. Spiral galaxy thing at Saturn's pole, again formed by the same process as I showed with the flare breakdown. There's the Fibonacci spiral in a galaxy. There's ribs and a cloud doing the same thing. So you had a solar prominence doing the same thing, because all energy runs in a double helix from the center outwards in a Fibonacci spiral. More double helix clouds. These are just outside my house. I didn't have to go anywhere special. All the rest are from the web. Fibonacci sequence in plants, shells, you name it. Everything has the Fibonacci sequence. This is a nebula that's coming out of its side. This is the Veil Nebula, which again is the same as smoke with curling waves on its edges. And finally water. So there we go. I could go on for hours. Thanks. My name's Lee, and I'm a Christian.